Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. With Paul Triple H Levesque now working as World Wrestling Entertainment's Chief Content Officer, it is natural to wonder whether he had a role in the departures recently. Indy Hartwell, Baron Corbin, and Tegan Knox were the three stars who left the sports entertainment giant a few days ago. Out of the three stars, Tegan Knox was not being used on television. On the other hand, Baron Corbin and especially Indy Hartwell were quite shocking. Baron Corbin confirmed the other day that he was being used in the Netflix commercial prior to his departure. Indy Hartwell was frequently featured on the program alongside women's speed champion Candice LeRae and also wrestled on the pre-taped episode of SmackDown with the latter on the day of her exit. As per Fightful Select, Triple H's direct involvement remains ambiguous, but noted that Baron Corbin and Tegan Knox were not being used on television of late. It was also reported that the company may not have had big creative plans for them because if Triple H had a say in the matter, then he would not have let go of them if there were significant plans. It is worth noting, though, that Mustafa Ali was planned to win the NXT North American Championship last year, but instead wound up getting cut out of the roster. So plans can change at any time. Baron Corbin asked Triple H to leave him alone in NXT. Shawn Michaels helped Baron Corbin massively when the former Money in the Bank winner moved to NXT last year. He self-admittedly was rejuvenated during his time on the Tuesday show. Speaking to WrestleManiac UK recently, the Lone Wolf recalled specifically requesting Triple H to let him stay in NXT. Though at first, he was only there to work for 2 months, he ended up enjoying the experience and took the offer to do more. He did not want the WWE CCO to interfere with whatever he had going on there, with Shawn Michaels acting as his mentor in more ways than one. All those guys down there in NXT, they have such a passion and love for this world and this business, and they protect it at all costs. They said, "Are you into doing more?" And I told Shawn, I said, "Let's call Hunter and let's tell him leave me alone, like let me be here, let's reset this," and then Shawn was like, "I'm all in," Baron Corbin said. After moving to SmackDown in 2024, Corbin formed a tag team with Apollo Crews. However, they were rarely used on the Blue Brand's weekly shows. As the WWE universe continues to evolve, the behind-the-scenes drama has become just as captivating as the action inside the ring. Recently, reports have surfaced regarding some high-profile departures, raising questions about the involvement of Triple H, WWE's Chief Content Officer, CCO, in these surprising exits. These shifts within the company appear to be part of a larger strategy to reshape the WWE landscape, but they have left many fans and insiders scratching their heads. For years, Triple H, known as the Game and the King of Kings, has been a fixture in WWE, both as a performer and an executive. As CCO, his influence on WWE's direction, roster decisions, and creative direction has been immense. However, recent departures have raised eyebrows, leading to speculation about his role in these sudden exits. The names that have been linked to these departures are some of WWE's most prominent stars. The first name that sparked major conversation was that of Johnny Gargano, a former NXT champion and a key figure in the Black and Gold era. Gargano had been one of the most beloved stars in NXT, and his transition to the main roster seemed like the next logical step in his career. However, his exit caught fans off guard, especially given his close relationship with Triple H, who had been one of Gargano's most vocal supporters. Reports indicate that Gargano's departure was not entirely voluntary. While there have been whispers of creative frustrations and differences with the direction of his character, insiders suggest that Triple H played a significant role in the decision to part ways with the former NXT star. Some sources allege that Triple H's role as CCO allowed him to steer the company in a direction where certain talent was deemed no longer fitting for the product he was envisioning. Another shocking departure was that of Aaliyah, a superstar who had been a part of the WWE roster for years. Aaliyah's career trajectory had been marred by inconsistent storylines and underwhelming pushes, and her release came as a surprise to many. Insiders close to the situation have reported that Triple H was not particularly keen on her potential, citing her lack of presence in major storylines and her struggles to connect with the audience. Though Aaliyah's exit was seen as part of the company's ongoing roster cuts, some believe that Triple H's vision of WWE as a more athletically driven product led to her release. Perhaps the most shocking departure of all was Matt Riddle, whose unexpected exit rocked the WWE landscape. Riddle had been a polarizing figure in WWE, with a fan base that adored his laid-back persona and in-ring ability. However, backstage reports hinted at a growing tension between Riddle and WWE management, particularly Triple H. Riddle's personal issues, coupled with his strained relationship with the higher-ups, reportedly played a role in his release. While Triple H was known to have championed Riddle during his NXT days, the shift in the company's direction may have caused a rift between the two. Triple H's creative vision. To understand the reasoning behind these departures, it's crucial to take a look at Triple H's evolving creative vision for WWE. Since assuming the role of CCO, Triple H has been on a mission to bring a fresh, dynamic approach to WWE storytelling. The once dominant era of larger-than-life personalities and over-the-top gimmicks has been replaced with a more grounded, athletic-driven product. This shift has led to some major changes in the talent pool, with Triple H reportedly focusing on recruiting younger, more technically skilled wrestlers. The emphasis on athleticism and in-ring ability is apparent in the signees Triple H has brought into the company since assuming the role of CCO. Superstars like Bron Breakker, Carmelo Hayes, and Grayson Waller are just a few of the names that reflect this new vision. However, this shift also means that WWE's more character-driven talent, who were previously seen as essential parts of the roster, no longer fit into Triple H's plans. Gargano, Aaliyah, and Riddle, while talented, were all seen as more character-driven performers who relied heavily on persona-based storytelling rather than pure athleticism. As WWE moves towards a more in-ring focused approach, it seems that Triple H's decision to release certain talents is part of his broader goal to cultivate a roster that fits this evolving vision. Triple H's role in talent decisions. While Triple H has been at the helm of WWE's creative direction, it is important to acknowledge that talent decisions are rarely made by one individual alone. WWE's executive team, including Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, and other higher-ups, are involved in these discussions. However, Triple H's influence as CCO cannot be understated. Reports suggest that he has become more hands-on with talent decisions, particularly when it comes to who stays and who goes. One of the most striking aspects of Triple H's role as CCO is his reputation for being both a promoter and a gatekeeper. His deep connection to the NXT brand has given him a unique perspective on the types of talent that will succeed in WWE's system. Triple H's involvement in the release of certain stars may be seen as a natural extension of his role as CCO, ensuring that the talent pool aligns with his vision for the company's future. However, there is a growing sentiment among some within WWE that Triple H has become too focused on his personal preferences, sidelining the talents who may not align with his creative ideals. This has led to whispers of frustration within the locker room, as some wrestlers feel they are being overlooked or pushed out in favor of newer, more technically gifted competitors. The bigger picture: WWE's strategic changes. Triple H's involvement in these shocking departures can also be understood within the context of WWE's larger strategic changes. The company is transitioning away from the era of Vince McMahon's dominance and into a new era, with a renewed focus on sports-based entertainment. The rise of AEW, the continued dominance of major sports leagues, and the changing nature of wrestling fandom have forced WWE to rethink its approach. Triple H, with his wealth of experience both in front of and behind the camera, has been the driving force behind these changes. As CCO, his responsibility is to ensure that WWE remains competitive in a rapidly changing market. The decision to release certain talent, particularly those who do not fit into his vision, can be seen as part of a broader attempt to align WWE with the modern era of sports entertainment. The fallout from these departures has been significant, with some fans voicing their discontent over the releases. Many are disappointed that talents who had long-term potential were let go in favor of a more streamlined, athletic-driven product. However, there are also those who support Triple H's vision and believe that the company is moving in the right direction. Ultimately, only time will tell whether Triple H's approach will prove successful. As WWE continues to navigate its changing landscape, one thing is clear: the decisions being made now will have a lasting impact on the company's future, and Triple H's role in these departures will be remembered as a pivotal moment in WWE's evolution.